Hi everybody. We've been learning about the difference between fiction and nonfiction text. We've been learning about how there's different types of fiction text and different types of nonfiction text. Today we're going to learn about a new type of nonfiction text called a biography. What was the word?
Biography.
Very good. So we're going to add the word biography over here to nonfiction. Does anybody know what a biography is? Can someone raise their hand and tell me what a biography is? Slade.
It's something about somebody.
It's something about somebody. Can someone add to what Slade just said to maybe make it a little bit more clear in our brains? Jack?
Something, someone, or anybody.
Okay, it's about, okay, so can we agree it's about a person?
Yes.
But what is the something? What is the something? Like, is it a cloud in the sky that's about a person? Is it a piece of artwork? What is it, Tyson?
It's like their life. It's about it.
Okay, it's about a person's life. Kira, what word did you just say?
It's just like a book.
It's a book. It's a book. It's a type of nonfiction text. A biography is a book about someone's life. Okay? In a biography, it has details about a person. Sometimes those details are more important. Some details are more important than other details. So today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be reading a story about Martin Luther King Jr., which is he's the reason we were out of school on Monday. We looked at this book last week, and when we learned about nonfiction text features, we're going to read it again today. And we're going to try to figure out things that are important and things that maybe aren't so important about Martin Luther King Jr. So what we do is we talk about things that are important as being key events. Okay? And I'm going to write that up here because that's part of nonfiction. Key events. Those are the most important parts of a person's life. Is what I ate for breakfast this morning a key event?
No.
No. Is my birthday a key event?
Yes.
Yes. It's important. Without my birthday, I wouldn't be here in front of you. But what I had for breakfast this morning is not very important. Okay? So a key event or a key detail is something that's important in a person's life. Okay? Everything else is something that we called irrelevant information. Say irrelevant. Irrelevant. Information. If something is irrelevant, it means it doesn't matter. Okay? So what does irrelevant mean? It doesn't matter. Very good, that's right. But key events matter. And as good readers, we have to make sure we can tell the difference between a key event and irrelevant information. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to read the story today. I'm going to ask you some questions. And then when I'm done reading, you guys are going to work in pairs. And you guys are going to work in a pair and you are going to sort the key events from the irrelevant information.
So this is like a group.
This will be a pair thing. So you're going to work with a partner. And I will pick the partners. Okay? All right.
Only with fun stuff.
All right. Show me you're ready to read. Eyeballs. Martin Luther King Jr. Now this is a biography because it's a book about him. Okay? And this was written by Kitson Jasnica. Table of contents, which we talked about last week. All right. Who was Martin Luther King Jr.? Can you imagine a world where laws kept black and white people apart? Where black children couldn't swim in the same pool as white children or go to the same schools? A place where laws made it hard for black people to vote? Or where a black person had to stand up on a bus so a white person could sit down? This world was real, and it happened in the United States. Now, the information that's on this page is actually important because it kind of introduces you to the story of the life of Martin Luther King Jr., okay? So what the author is here in this introduction is trying to get you to understand a little bit about why Martin Luther King Jr. did the things that he was about to do, okay? Martin Luther King Jr. worked hard to change the rules so they would be the same for whites and blacks. He didn't do it by fighting. He helped change unfair laws by making people think. Very good. He did it by making people feel. He did it with his words. Lots of black people and white people helped Dr. King protest those laws. This made many people angry because they didn't want change. But in the end, the protesters won and the rules changed forever. Do you think that this is key, that these are key events?
Yes.
Kind of. It's giving you kind of an overview of what Martin Luther King did before we actually get into the individual details, okay? Growing up, Dr. King was born in 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. Is that a key event?
Yes.
Yes. He was named after his father. He was called ML. Is that a key event? Not really, but it is kind of important to remember. All right, it might be a good thing to know, but does that change the kind of person that he is? No. Or anything that he did? Not really. He was very small when he was young, but he was strong. He rode bikes with his brother and sister and friends. Is that a key event? Him riding bikes? No. Did that make him who he is? No. So that's not a key event. And what do we call it if it's not a key event? Irrelevant information. And what does irrelevant mean? It doesn't matter. Very good. Okay. ML's father was the minister of a church. He taught his children to stand up for what is right. He taught them to speak out against what is wrong. He taught them that all people deserve justice, which means that they should each be treated equally, the same, fairly. When he was 6, ML's best friend told him he was no longer allowed to play with him. Why? Because ML was black and his friend was white. Is that a key event?
Yes.
Yes. Why is that a key event? Kiara.
Because,
Why would that be a key event? Ethan.
Because it was his best friend that he had to hang out with him.
Did it affect the rest of his life?
Yes.
Yes, because that was the first time he realized what?
That black and white people can be together.
That black people and white people back then were being treated differently. They couldn't be together. That's right. That is a key event.
Segregation.
That's right. It's segregation. Excellent job, Jack. That's right. And that's our next word. Segregation laws were meant to keep black people and white people apart. They kept kids apart too. ML felt bad. Why wasn't he good enough to play with his friend? So that started to change the way that ML thought. Okay, so that's Martin Luther. Martin Luther King Jr. Remember? Okay. His real name was Michael, but we'll get to that later, okay? ML's mother told him he was just as good as anybody else, and she told him the world was wrong. He wiped his tears, and ML promised that one day he would change the world. And he did. What did he earn?
The Nobel
Peace Prize. Do you think him getting the Nobel Peace Prize was a key event?
Yes. Yes.
That was very important to him, right? It showed that everything that he was doing up to that point was what?
Good.
Was good. That's right. That's not irrelevant. Now, what if it told me about the food that he ate at the dinner he got the Nobel Peace Prize?
That wouldn't be a good.
That's irrelevant. That doesn't matter so much. It doesn't shape the person that he is, okay? In his time, Martin Luther King Jr. was a boy in the late 1930s. Many things were different from how they are today. And then we talked last week about the different things. Is this important key details or is this irrelevant information? Hey.
Can I take Jeremiah and Easy?
Yep. If you think that it's a key detail, all these different things about like transportation in cities and money and all that stuff, hold up a 1. If you think it's irrelevant information, hold up a 2. Remember, keep it close to your heart because it's your answer. Show me in 1, 2, and 3. If you're holding up a 2, you're correct. It is irrelevant information. It's something that you might want to keep in mind, but did this shape the way that shaped the man of Martin Luther King Jr.? No, it didn't. It didn't matter so much that people still traveled by horse and buggy. That doesn't really matter so much, does it? No. Right, exactly. It's something that you might want to keep in mind, but does it shape the person? No. Does it make the person who he is? No. So it's not a key event or a key detail. All right? Here, can I get you to sit up, please? It's very distracting. ML grew up listening to sermons in church. He learned how powerful words can be to help people understand ideas. When ML was 14, he entered a speech contest. He put his anger about the unfairness of separate rules for white people and black people into words. He made people think. He made them feel. The judges loved his speech, and he won. Do you think that was a key detail in his life, a key event? Yes.
Because that made him him.
It helped to shape the person that he was. That's right. On the bus ride home from the speech contest, the driver told ML and his teacher to give up their seats to white people. ML had to stand for 2 hours. He was mad, but he didn't say anything. He knew he could be arrested, hurt, or even killed if he did. Was that a key event in his life?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it was. It helped to make him who he is. It made him understand even more how unfair it was.
Violence is not the way how to solve it.
That's right. A student of peace. ML worked hard in school. He finished college when he was 19 years old. He moved to the northeastern United States and continued in school. He wanted to be a minister like his father. Key details or key events or irrelevant information? What do you think?
Key events.
It's kind of irrelevant information. It kind of shaped him, but did it spend a lot of time explaining it in our story? No. So if it didn't spend a long time explaining it, it probably wasn't a key event. Okay? It's important information to have, but it doesn't necessarily
It's a fact.
do him. It is facts, though. They're all facts, yes. In 1952, ML met Coretta Scott and they fell in love. They got married and moved south to Alabama. Key event?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That
When you marry somebody, that's a key event.
That matters to
That matters. That's right. It matters. Martin Luther Baby, remember? There, ML worked as a minister. By 1955, he had gone as far as you can go in school. He had earned the title doctor. Now he was Dr. King. Key event? Yes or no? Show me. Yes. Him getting his doctorate degree. Key event. Think of key events as like the most important things. Okay? Think of key events as like the most important things. All right? Then we found here that he started to begin to help others. When Rosa Parks didn't give up her seat and became arrested, was that a key event? Yes or no? Show me. Yeah, it made Dr. King act. He's like, that ain't right. We're going to fix it. Okay. Then they did the bus boycott. Key event? Yes or no? Show me. Yes, good. Key event. Thumbs up. Definitely key event. That was a big thing because he led a lot of protests and marches about that and about how unfair it was that black people had to give up their seats for white people on the bus. Okay? He went all over the country giving marches and speeches. Newspapers, TV, and radio reported all of it. There were a lot of people that were mad. Did it matter so much that TV, radio, and newspapers were reporting it? I mean, it's good information to have, but is it a key event?
No.
Not really.
It doesn't matter to him.
What about when he gave his I Had a Dream speech?
Oh,
that
was
was
very important.
That
Yes.
was
Very important. Key event. Excellent job. That's right. Okay. It said his voice boomed as